Alright then, I hope y'all are having an amazing day today. So we're gonna get into the video. Ja Morant is trying to ruin his career. This is a video by Playback, man. Shout out to Playback for coming through with the content, man. So without talking too long, make sure you guys subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's get into the video.
What's funny about this is that
when you saw that video down, does it look like the friend looked at Ja first and then showed the camera, or does it? Nah, maybe I'm tripping. I don't know, but it did. I didn't think that way at first. I was thinking like he showed Ja and then he was like, "Oh shit, Ja got that gun again," and then put it away. But when you slow it down, slowing stuff down make things like you can take things out of context when you slow stuff down like that sometimes. So just let me know what y'all think.
the internet began to blame his friend. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
They said his friends is such a bad influence, which very well could be true. But in that instance, all they was doing was vibing out to some young boy. Yeah. Which is okay. I think he just dropped the album. They're just having a good old time. And he starts what Ja, $100 millionaire, soon to be, because he signed the biggest contract of his life, starts waving a gun, and his friend flinches the camera because he realized how crazy it was. Yeah. It'd be the equivalent to if you got on cam and I was like, oh shit, your dick out. I'm not responsible for your dick being out.
Because nobody's thinking that you're going to pull your dick out.
Well, what?
We're sitting here vibing, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's get back to Asian vibing. Oh my God, your dick is out. Hey, you know what makes it worse? Where I'll be like, again, your dick is out again? 2 months ago, we had this conversation about you putting your dick out. Fuck, man, put your dick away, man.
I actually think he was drunk.
I'm tired of giving that excuse.
I'm not. It's not.
That is the last time. He say he don't have an alcohol problem, so you can't give him that excuse.
Making dumb decisions, wants to be dumb, and just being young, idiotic. He also had another altercation with him flashing a firearm in the club. There was a whole bunch of back and forth about how he got in there, yada, yada, yada. In that video, all around, we gave a very neutral take.
He's trying to get out of Memphis.
That's what you think he's trying to do?
Because it's so brain dead. There can't be another
self-sabotage to get out.
Pack up your moral clause. The moral clause, you could just denies the whole contract, sign somewhere else. He's going to get the same money. It's job.
Well, he already signed the contract, so he's definitely, it means he's going to be traded there. So
you just quit
no,
trade,
I'm saying,
he's going to get the money regardless.
Contracts, all contracts you sign, just about 80%.
Oh, no.
Ain't no way, though, because and trying to self-sabotage your way that way, you would have to lose Powerade, lose other endorsements by willing the gun. No. I don't think he was serious with that take, though.
Oh, but the ones that he signed are fully guaranteed.
It depends
I'm saying the contract.
It depends on the morality
signed,
clause of the contract. But doesn't that sound like a 40 move?
I guess so. But look, let me finish this. In the first video we talked about Ja earlier this year, we were fairly neutral, trying to be optimistic and saying, hey, give him an opportunity, let him change, yada yada yada. He's young, dumb, doing crazy things. That was like literally, I want to say 2 months ago, if that, a month and a half, 2 months ago. And we're back where we are right now, where he is now waving another firearm in the air. And there's so many different ways to attack this, but I agree with you what you said earlier. I can't even like really blame his friends, because at the end of the day, bro, the nigga like literally was like just having a good time. Threw it to him. He was like, fuck, bro. Like immediately like flipped the camera off of him immediately when he realized that this man decided to pull a gun out again.
And the funniest part about it is Ja doesn't need to carry.
Does not need to carry.
He should have security.
So let's talk about that as well, because there's a bunch of people on Twitter trying to defend Ja. Oh, he got a segment right. He can carry. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I don't know how to say this without coming across.
I mean, that's true, but you got to realize the NBA is a huge brand, and they're doing what they supposed to do to protect the brand. You know, David Stern, like years ago, if you're an NBA fan, you probably remember it. I barely remember, but I do remember, like, people used to show up to the arenas and like all kinds of baggy clothes, and, like, it was just crazy. Like, and so David Stern was like, we trying to get these deals. We trying to rack up this money. We got to clean this thing up. And he cleaned the league up. People had to start wearing suits, or like at least like reasonable dressed up clothes. You couldn't just wear whatever you wanted to the, you know, they had a dress code. So the NBA really cleaned their image up, was able to bring in more money, more endorsements, more, you know, brand deals and stuff. So they're not going to let you wave guns. What's wrong? Man, y'all's crazy. Let's keep rocking, man. Let's keep.
You niggas who say that, you clearly have nothing to lose. All right. If you are someone of his status, you shouldn't be walking around with a firearm, bro. Hire security. If you feel like you're in that much of a risk, hire security. However, he clearly doesn't care that much about the risk that he's in, because if it was that much of a security problem, he would just stay inside, bro. That's the best way to really secure yourself, is to not just go out and about, do crazy things. But hey, you're young, you want to do things, cool. Hire security. But more importantly, you can carry a weapon with you. That's fine. You have a Second Amendment right to do so. But there is an intelligent way in doing that. Again, if it's for security reasons, if you want to be safe, probably the safest way of doing so is not trying to potentially antagonize anyone that you believe will be doing any harm to you by running around doing all the shenanigans that you are doing. Because if anything, that will put a bigger target on you. What he is
doing. You know what he just said, like, is crazy important. And the reason I say that is because there's a lot of times where you see people like going on live. And the thing about going on live is when you do that, you essentially tell it, like, if you are in a public place like that, you're essentially telling somebody exactly where you at. And I'm not like, I couldn't really see a whole lot in that little short clip or whatever, but just imagine he just flashing a gun. And I'm not saying Ja got no ops, because I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is, imagine if somebody who really didn't like Ja, be like, man, Ja think he got that. Ja think he got that fire on him. We finna go get him. We have seen situations like that happen before. People have died on live because they went live, and Ja wasn't really talking no noise. They were just vibing, but we've seen people talk noise on live and like die within like a couple minutes because they were talking to somebody and then they was like, all right, we're gonna pull up on. We have seen that happen before. Not saying that would happen to Ja Morant, but what I'm saying is you are putting yourself in a dangerous spot. Let's keep rocking.
Doing is dumb. It's very dumb. He got too many people. Matter of fact, forget that. Too much money's on the line. He can do whatever he want to do with that money. He don't want to take care of nobody. That's fine. There's too much money on the line for him to be doing what he's doing, bro.
And there's so much politics in the NBA that this will affect Ja's opportunities.
Yes.
And if the Grizzlies give up on him, it's going to be very difficult for a team to take a risk on him as the first option, knowing that at any point, if a new album drops, he might be waving his gun. It's tough. It's unfortunate too, because like, yeah, he should be able to enjoy his life, and what he's doing is technically not illegal, but you have to think about the brands that the NBA is around, bro. Maybe the State Farms and
the Nike.
Oh yeah,
and those companies don't want anything to do with firearms. It's one thing if you have a firearm and you use it to protect yourself. Most people could justify that regardless of whether or not you like guns or you don't like guns. There's guns in every room in this house, bro. But I will never be waving it around, and if I don't have to use it or show it, I'm not just bragging about ownership of it,
right?
Because I know how that's gonna come across. If I want to do a deal with Vaseline because it helped get my fucking wrist right after an injury.
Okay, you finally told them why you have Vaseline. In the comment section, they were like, "Damn, Vaseline and arms were linked like that?
Nah,
what's
look,
going on?"
I injured my wrist.
No, for sure.
Yeah, I'm Vaseline on my mind, bro. But if I wanted a deal and they saw a clip of me waving a gun, they probably aren't gonna give me that deal. Yeah. So fuck the money part of this. Let's just talk about the logic part of this.
And wait, before we get it, and also I want to be clear as well for people who aren't familiar with what happened last time. This is not the first incident as well, which is the reason why we're kind of doubling back right now. He had an incident, there was an alleged incident with him and potentially some other associates with him back in February with another team, the Indiana Pacers, where there was an altercation that was reported then. There was also another incident with him bringing a firearm in the club. That kind of really blew things up, and then he was then suspended indefinitely, but it turned out to be like a 5 or 7 game suspension.
There was also
an incident a year ago.
I ain't never heard a situation. I know they breaking all this stuff down, but I had to say it before I forget. I never heard of a situation where a team is trying to leave the arena and the opposing team point red dots at them. Now I know they never found out if that was true or not, but an allegation like that is stupid, bro. Let's keep
about him and a potential 17-year-old who got into this altercation that then turned into something much bigger, where it has been alleged that Ja Morant was again waving a firearm in an altercation with a 17-year-old. So this is why it's not just us overreacting to one or two incidences. It's a repetitive thing here. And also there's clips of some gang members saying, yo, you should probably stop waving gang signs when you're in ball games as well, because he does that a lot also. So it's like you are trying to look cool for the wrong people, for for no reason. No one is expecting you to be this person that you are portraying. We know that you are an NBA player. We've all accepted that you are an NBA player. We all know for a fact that you're not hard. You don't have to be hard. You don't have to be gangster. From everything that we know, Demetrius, you came up in a very good life, okay? So it's fine. And even if you did, Demetrius, you did come up in a hard lifestyle, it is fine to pivot in a different direction. You don't have to keep doing that, bro. And I'm not going to sit here and blame, oh, it's the music, guys. It's the music. There's plenty of NBA players who listen to quote unquote dangerous music and they don't run around waving firearms in front of IG Live. And I'm not going to sit here and
I'm powerful. That's like when people try to blame video games for like a lot of violence. I'd be like, bro.
Anyway, his fucking friend, bro. The nigga, how, like, I want y'all to, because that did bother me. I was enjoying Mother's Day, and I keep going to my timeline. I see another excuse, man. I'm like, damn it, bro. So people sit here and say, oh, man, he's dangerous. Like, bro, he's putting himself in situations that are dangerous. So, yeah, like you said, the logical route of just get security, bro. You're overcomplicating something that should be very simple. You are making something so simple, but yet making it extremely dangerous because of your decisions. It ain't nothing to do with nobody else but Demetrius, bro. Nothing to do with nobody else.
I want the best for him, but like these are self-inflicted. Every single one of these, you created the situation and then you relished in it and then you sometimes escalated them and then you were most of the time the person that dealt with the consequences of it. And it's sad because like I don't see it changing. Like he said he was gonna get help. I don't know what type of help he received, but obviously it hasn't been already effective because he's still doing the same shit that he's been in trouble for. And it's only a matter of time before the NBA just puts his foot down and then we'll have to talk about Ja's career as a what if.
Yeah,
what
and that's what we're trying to do.
Didn't start waving guns for
no
fucking reason.
It's true.
What if he didn't do
this?
this? What if he didn't do that? He is probably one of the most electric superstars the NBA has seen in a while. Bro, I'm waiting for this nigga to eventually jump over somebody in a poster. I think he's probably the only person since Vince Carter that might be able to fucking pull it off. Everything we're saying, bro, I bet
it's done. It's done.
Thousands of niggas that said it to him. I bet NBA vets have said it to him.
So that's the thing why I keep saying to like, oh, it's his family, his friends, somebody to pull him aside. There's no way that somebody is signing the type of contracts that he is signing, making the type of money that he's making, and has not put him aside and told him the things that he need to be told. And even if they didn't, they certainly did after the last time where he got suspended, but he continues to do it. So it has nothing to do with no one else but Ja. But the other thing that I just get, we live in this world where people can get in front of microphones and just sit here and just say whatever y'all want them to say, and y'all think that that's good enough. So this is the statement that he made last time. I take full responsibility of my actions last night. I'm sorry to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, partners, the city of Memphis, and the entire Grizzlies organization.
He was just bullshit.
I'm going to take some time away to get help and work on learning better methods of dealing with my stress and overall well-being. He then went play basketball in 5 more games. He didn't really take time away. This is just some bullshit that he decided to say. Now this time he can probably take some real time away because it's the offseason for him. He got bounced out in the first round by the Lakers, nigga. But outside of that, like I really and truly, like these whole fake apologies that y'all sit here and accept that y'all think is actual growth and work. When people want Ja to be suspended, it's not because we want to see him get money out of his pocket. We're trying to really make sure the money get kept in his pocket before he keep doing more and more dumb shit.
So now let's appreciate how LeBron James, aside from that one China scandal, has been scandal-free for 20 years. It's insane. And he's a way bigger superstar than Ja. And he's been the biggest superstar in the NBA for the past at least 14, 15 years. This is insane. Like let's give serious credit to LeBron James.
No, for sure. I agree. Shout out to Steph Curry. Shout out to James Harden. Shout out to Chris Paul. Shout out to Paul George. Shout out to all these gentlemen. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Shout out to all these gentlemen. And from my understanding, grew up in much worse environments than John Morant did. Much worse, and still somehow found a way to be on the right path. And not.
Then who am I? DeMar DeRozan did. DeMar DeRozan really grew up in the real streets, right? Am I thinking about the wrong person? DeMar DeRozan and I think Derrick Rose. Maybe I'm thinking it wrong. Let me know in the comment section. Am I thinking about those two, right? I think those are the two that just come to my mind who really grew up in it. But let's keep rolling.
Blow and fuck up like millions of dollars opportunity. They making way more money now than they were back then. At the end of the day, Ja is young. He is very impressionable. Maybe younger than that. 22, 23, something like that. Young, very impressionable. So there are influence that can take over. And all of these people that we just named, they were also young, impressionable, making millions of dollars. And yet they still found a way to stay on the right path. Because when you are young, to be fair, again, you are susceptible to having, negative influence control your life. But we are now at a point where I can't keep blaming that on everyone else.
Yeah. Let us know whether or not you would stop waving guns around in your car listening to Young Boy if it meant that you'd have $250 million in your bank account, man. I know it's a tough decision, man. If you guys enjoy,
it's a tough decision.
Don't do it. Don't do it. God damn it.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Hey, subscribe to the channel if you haven't.
Oh no! But thoughts and opinions, bro. Thoughts and opinions. To be honest, it's dumb. It was stupid dumb. It was insanely dumb. And I mean, that summarized the entire situation, like, easily. You know, you got a lot of different things you can look at when it pertains to this situation. You look at the friends, you look at the family, you look at himself. You know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, the NBA is a huge brand. They're not gonna let their superstars, and I say the superstars, they're not gonna let anybody who's employed by them actually promote any kind of thing that may insinuate violence. And the thing about it is that people talking about Second Amendment. Yes, you can have your Second Amendment rights, but it's different than just having it. A lot of people who are actually like reasonable, I say reasonable, who are responsible gun owners, they don't go around just flashing guns and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they do, when they do use guns, a lot of times I've seen great videos on YouTube, people breaking down what guns, like how to use a gun, how to shoot, how to actually take mags out, how to disassemble. I've seen great videos on YouTube from responsible gun owners who know exactly what they're doing, and they're actually using guns and actually teaching, you know, some things that, you know, are educational. But in this case, this is not very educational. This is bad for his brand. And the thing about it, he's going to lose a lot of money, and he's going to get suspended for a long time, I assume. And I believe the NBA is going to step in this time. I think they let Memphis handle it themselves last time, but I'm pretty sure they're going to step in this time. And I'm just going to kind of move this just so it can be in a different location. And that's usually what I do. Like, I pause and then I just let the video like replay. But it's going to be a tough punishment. And I believe the reason why the NBA is probably going to come down super hard. I can see a half a year or even a entire year. Now I'm gonna tell you like this: he better be glad David Stern ain't up there, because David Stern will have suspended him the last time for probably the rest of the year, if not like the rest of the year and next year, saying the season that's upcoming. So I don't know. I can't even Silver. I don't know what Silver's gonna do. Commissioner Silver, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's a little bit more lenient, like, compared to David Stern. David Stern was ruthless, bro. David Stern, dude. But you know, who knows? He might get a half. If I'm guessing, I'm gonna say he's gonna get a half the season. That's just my prediction. I could be totally wrong, but I think he's gonna get half the season. And now I want to just talk about the friends for a minute. Yeah, the friends, like I said earlier in the clip, I don't know if he saw it first and then did it, and I don't think he did it intentionally. He probably wasn't thinking, and then once he showed it, he was like, oh shoot, he got the gun again. So you can kind of perceive that in a lot of different ways. And the last thing I'm gonna say before I get up out of here is, once the situation happened the first time, he honestly should have just left all the guns at the house, or he'd have just got rid of them entirely. He should not have even been out like that with a weapon. And if he felt like he needed to protect himself, he should have had security. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, I mean, some of the guys, they just feel like they're just too hard for security. They don't need anybody to protect them. They can protect themselves. Okay, cool. But you ain't got to go on IG Live and show everybody that you can protect yourself. It might be somebody out there who want to actually see if you can protect yourself. And that's when you run into an issue. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Josh, stay safe out there, bro. Stay safe. Go to rehab. Oh, wait, before I get all the way out, he went to rehab for like, I say rehab, but with that facility, he went to facilities for like 3 days. A lot of times when you go to I would have thought he would have been there for at least a couple weeks, like maybe 2 to 4 weeks or something. But he was like a couple of days, at least a week minimum. But I was thinking he was gonna be gone. Like when he left, I thought he was gone for like 2-3 weeks, but he was gone for a little bit of time. It's not enough time to actually reflect on your decision and try to do better. Of course, you can lay down in the bed. I reflect every night about the day. That ain't no true reflection. That ain't not gonna help you get better at nothing. But I mean, these are just my thoughts and opinions on the situation. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comment section, man. I'll see y'all in the next video.